Trina is looking for a second date update with a guy named Ben, and we're going to do our best to assist. Hi, Trina. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for taking my call. Hi.
Happy to. So how did you meet Ben?
We met at a 4th of July cookout.
Oh, fun.
Was he grilling?
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
Well, my friend set us up.
okay.
He was just coming to the cookout. I was coming to the cookout. And my friend thought we would be good for each other.
Oh,
He recently became single. I've been single for a while. They were like always trying to, oh, you need someone or whatever. But they were like, this guy, though, this guy. They put it together.
And they got it right, sounds like.
They did. I mean, we got along immediately. Just right away, we had great chemistry. He's gorgeous. And we talked about everything. We just started talking and like for the rest of the time we were together, we just couldn't stop being around each other. It was really cool. And the only thing was like he had to leave the party early.
Okay.
But you guys, he called me that night.
Okay.
And asked me out.
nice.
Yeah,
Well, that's nice.
yeah.
So how'd it go?
He picked me up. We went to Nada, which is so nice. And, you know, it was just great. You know why? Because he was so easy to talk to. And he was open and he was honest. And I felt like I could ask him anything and I could talk to him about anything. So that was what made it so good. It was like, my goodness, the chemistry there was great with the conversation. I was telling him things, you know, that I normally wouldn't say
Wow.
on a first date, but it just felt right. It felt right.
Okay.
Well, I love it when that happens, that connection. So he picked you up, he drove you to the date?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened when he took you home?
I was hoping he would come up, but he didn't. He walked me to my door. He did kiss me. It was nothing crazy or anything. And he said he'd talk to me later, you know, and I've not heard back from him. I've texted him a couple times. No response at all. No response.
Okay. Why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll call him up and get his feedback on the date, what he thought of you, and if he thinks there's any potential there. As we continue, second date update. And it was kind of set up with Ben. It was a 4th of July cookout, and I guess, you know, their mutual friends thought they would gel pretty well, so they invited them both to the cookout. And some people are more on the sly about it. Like, they'll just invite both parties and then see what happens. You know?
Like, that's what I would be. Probably in my younger years, I would have had my nose stuck right in the middle of everybody's business because I just wouldn't have been able to stop myself. But now that is how I would prefer to set it up. Just, you know, kind of open the door and just see who walks through it.
All right.
Yeah.
So they did hit it off. You ended up calling her that night. They went on a date a couple days later. Lovely dinner outside at Nada. Beautiful night. Couldn't have asked for better connection between two people. He took her home. She would have loved to have had him come up, but he declined because I guess he had to work or something. I forget why. And he has not reached out since. And she's disappointed and wondering why. And so that's why we're going to call Ben and see what's going on there. You ready, Trina?
Yes.
All right, let's call him up.
Hello?
Hey, Ben.
Yes. Who's this?
Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you, man?
I'm good. It's Jeff and Jenn off the radio?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We catching you at a bad time? It sounds like you're driving.
No, I can talk. Is it about my date with Trina?
Obviously, you listen to our show.
Yes, you are familiar.
So what's going on there? Did you enjoy your date as much as she enjoyed her date with you?
I did. Just the timing wasn't the best for me. I just went through a breakup. I was engaged, and I had been for a couple of years when I found out that my ex now was cheating on me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I confronted her, she decided that she'd rather be with the other guy. So we split up, and it was pretty awful, to be honest. It was really hard, and not something I really like to talk about on the radio right now. But anyways, Trina, she kept asking questions about the breakup, about our relationship, about the other guy, and she just kept talking about it. And I wanted to be honest with her, and I didn't want it to seem like I was hiding anything, so I talked about it. But I left the date bummed out. I was so depressed, and I was just thinking about my ex more than I was thinking about her. And it just didn't feel good. That's how the day ended for me.
Okay. Yeah. That's no good. That's not going to work.
Yeah. I can get that.
I'm so sorry.
Trina?
Oh, yeah. She's on the line. Sorry.
Ben,
Okay.
I didn't want to bum you out. Honestly, I was just so fascinated by your story. I thought you were over it. I thought it was okay to talk about it. And I just, I kept talking about it. Oh, my goodness.
Did he seem, were you paying really close attention to his tone and his body language? I mean, did he seem really comfortable talking about it, or did he seem a little uncomfortable and you kept like pushing it anyway?
I'd have to like really replay it all in my mind, but I don't feel like I got any signs from him that he was uncomfortable. He was so easy to talk to. The conversation was flowing, so I didn't pick up on anything like that. However, with him saying it to me now, it makes sense. I would have never kept talking about it. I don't know why I even did that. Now I'm thinking about. I'm so sorry, but maybe you weren't ready to start dating. I don't know. Are you?
Doesn't sound like it.
I think so.
Really?
I mean, I just don't want to keep living in the past, and I don't want to keep rehashing it either.
I mean, I appreciate the fact you don't want to live in the past and you want to move forward, but if you still got work to do on this, no one would blame you.
All right.
There's definitely still work to do. I think I'm ready to start seeing other people. I just, it is easy to get triggered if it's brought up, and I should have just been honest with you from the get-go, and I should have just kind of changed the subject myself and made that clear, but I didn't, and so I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. It was on me. I shouldn't have kept going. I shouldn't have kept asking more and more questions about it and should have picked up on it.
I don't think anyone did anything wrong here. I think he's just going through what he's going through, and he needs time to figure that out, and you guys can remain friends and maybe circle back on this at a later date, depending on how things go for Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that. I want to help. I don't want to make it worse.
Oh, she's a helper.
Oh,
we got to help her.
Here we go. She's going to, oh, man. So how super curious are you still?
That in a bad way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, did you get all of your questions answered about the ex, or do you still have some lingering curiosity there that you are going to, whenever you're around him, you're going to just be like waiting for that opening or just that right time to, or just, an opportunity to ask your remaining just burning questions?
So about that.
So,
No, 100% subject closed. I have no interest in talking about it with him unless he wants to talk about it. But I will not be having any curiosity about his past because I like him in the present.
Okay.
Well, thank you both for coming on Second Date Update. Ben, best of luck to you and to you as well, Trina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take it easy.